when Meghan McCain tried to press Stacey Abrams about guns, Stacey was calm, cool, and collected. She pretty much like, look at here.
Right.
I shoot.
She's sharp.
My daddy shoot.
Right.
My family shoot.
Yep.
She just destroyed Meghan McCain on the gun issue. All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. Hey, folks, if you're looking for a hot new investment opportunity, I have two things I want you to think about: illegal marijuana and crowdfunding. Now, you just let that sink in for a second. Our friends at Transatlantic Real Estate have created a unique opportunity for everyday investors like you to get in the game for a minimum of $300 or $10,000, 50 grand, or even $100,000. You can get in where you want to fit in. Now, typically, it takes millions, if not billions, to invest in the legal marijuana industry, and it can be pretty risky trying to establish market share. However, Transatlantic Real Estate is taking a different approach. They buy the land that supports marijuana grow operations and lease it to licensed, high-paying tenants. Now, imagine being a landlord to a licensed marijuana farm. With the prospects of further legalization and changing public perceptions about marijuana, some investors could end up making serious money over the next several years. The best part is they are using crowdfunding, so you can get in now before they take the company public. If you want to find out more, go to marijuanastock.org. That's marijuanastock.org to get in now. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.
She's sharp. I can say it is pretty exciting, the idea that we may have the first African-American female governor
In American history.
in American history. So even though I'm a Republican, I can still be excited about that. I don't have
She's a true sister.
And I appreciate it.
Hey, Greg,
it's something that I appreciate about
What is wrong with that?
Hey, Greg, real quick, I want to go to you here. Again, bottom line is, on this point here, when I say Stacey what she's doing is she is running one of the smartest campaigns, because she said, don't waste your time on people who you're never going to convince. Convince the people who are more likely to vote for you.
That's right, brother. Listen, you've had on your shows the wave of the future, people like Jessica Bird at 3 Point Strategies, Kayla Reed at Electoral Justice Project, my former student at Howard, Stephanie Brown James of the Collective PAC. These young black women have really looked at this thing, and whether it's Ayanna Pressley in Massachusetts, Johanna Hayes in Connecticut, New York Times just had an article today about it. You've been reporting on this for years. They have finally gotten it. Let's go get these folks who haven't been engaged, get them engaged, and turn this whole political equation into something that these vote suppressors had never anticipated. That's why they're working so hard to suppress the vote in Georgia.
And so I want to do this here. I'm going to go to commercial in a second, but I got to play this for y'all because this was just too great. Go to my iPad, please. This is Meghan McCain. Stacey Abrams.
An anti-gun organization, Michael Bloomberg's anti-gun group as well. You say you're proud to have an F rating from the NRA. Michael Bloomberg and others like him, in the wake of what happened in Pittsburgh, support taking away the AR-15, which is the most popular rifle in America, away from people. Do you, like Everytown, support banning the AR-15?
So let's be clear, I am not anti-gun. My great-grandmother taught me how to shoot when I was growing up in Mississippi. I like trap shooting, I like target shooting. I don't hunt because I mostly eat chicken, and that just seems mean. However, I know that the most responsible gun owners understand that they have the responsibility for the firearms and making sure that only responsible people have those firearms. That's why I believe in a background check. I believe in a 3-day waiting period. I believe that those who commit domestic violence and stalking should not have access to weapons. I do not believe that weapons of mass destruction like the AR-15 belong in civilian hands.
So you think
and
it should be banned?
I do. I think they should be prohibited from civilian use. I've shot an AR-15, and I think you probably have too. And while it's an amazing amount of power, it also is an amazing amount of destruction. And there's very little that can be done to protect vulnerable communities when the AR-15 is present.
I do appreciate your honesty, and I assume that by banning it, you would be rounding them up. It's the most popular gun in America, around 61% of all U.S. civilian rifle sales. Would we be rounding them up from civilians in Georgia that own it?
We have had a ban on assault weapons before in the United States, and I think that we should do it again. I think that there has to be a conversation of how it's accomplished, because we have to recognize that this is a national conversation. But I do want to push back on any notion that I believe that the Second Amendment is not the law of the land. I support the Second Amendment. We buy my father rifles every Christmas, and a gun cabinet was his gift a couple of years ago. It is possible to believe in responsible gun ownership and to believe that there should be regulations on that. Anthony Scalia said that. And we have to believe as a nation that when our communities are vulnerable, when you can't go into a synagogue or a church or a school or a movie theater without fear for your life, there is something wrong with our system of gun ownership, and we have to fix it.
Okay. I appreciate your honesty saying that you want to ban it.
Again, y'all, she was trying to get her to say the words, I will ban guns. She's like, no, boo,
Yeah.
I ain't that crazy. I got this.